like this wonderful compliment that I'm getting in a really
It absolutely is.
With my history as a voiceover actor, it comes in really handy for Rock Sugar because I get to adapt my voice to sing like a lot of my favorite singers, you know. And I mean, for everybody from Axl to Joe Elliott and Steve Perry and Bryan Adams and all these other people whose styles I kind of, you know, cherry pick on the record and live, and to sing like these guys. And this one person who's just a great favorite of mine actually heard it and apparently thought it was him. And,
see, I have my opinion on that. But,
well, I think a lot of people do, but you know, it's like you know, one of these days I'm sure we'll talk about it. But it's become a bit of a thorny sort of thing to just maneuver, because even though we've
and no, we're not talking about Bret Michaels.
well, we didn't do any Bret Michaels, dude. But you know, even though we you know, we're working our way through it, it's become kind of a you know, a painstaking and long process, because even though now I'm sure this person clearly knows that it's not them, they're still saying, well, it's misleading because it sounds so much like this other person, and we're like going, well, dude.
Could that be because it's a mash?
I'm sorry?
Could that be because it's a mash?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like, I think a lot of people, you know, it's a blessing and a curse. I mean, we were never really interested in being a cover band straight on. Not that I have anything against cover bands, because I think they're awesome and it takes a lot of skill to do what those guys do. However, people used to say to me, you know, do you want to be you want to be in this cover band? You want to be in a tribute band? Oh, you should do a tribute to this. You should do a tribute to that. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to do it, because it's like, you know, we come from a background to doing original music, and we love that. We just got tired of beating our heads against the wall trying to get people to listen to it and get it heard and get out there and play. So we came up with the Rock Sugar idea, and what we liked about it is it's taking something familiar and doing something original with that. Well, you know, come to find out with this thing, you know, I think when some people do mashes, if they don't inherently sound like a certain way, like if you just took my voice, the essence of my singing voice, and you looked at it, it's like, I think I bear a lot of similarities to the person in question. And the reason that I probably bear a lot of similarities to this person is because they were a huge influence on me when I was learning to sing. So even just like if I sang, you know, I try to sing a good rendition of Happy Birthday, at the end of it, you probably go, you know what that sound a little bit like? So it's weird, because you start getting into this area of, okay, well, when is it? I wasn't trying to copy anybody, but at the same time, if this is the way you really sing, if this is the way that your voice is, then and it happens to sound a little bit like this other person, what are you supposed to do about that? It's a weird...
Well, you did exactly what...
Situation.
To me, it's awesome. You took pop and you made it rock.
Exactly.
Hence the logo, Pop Rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're trying to reintroduce it. One of the most gratifying things about the Rock Sugar experience to me is the fact that a lot of little kids dig it. I mean, it's like, you know, we never thought that when we came out that like 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 5-year-olds were going to like the music, but what's great about it is they do, and by liking Rock Sugar, they're being exposed to all these fantastic bands that they might not otherwise be exposed to. So that's awesome, and we're not taking credit for anything those bands did. They are all the best bands that ever existed, and we're just trying to pay tribute to them. But the fact that they could be turning on people who would never have heard it before is a wonderful, wonderful thing, you know?
Oh, it is. My son, when I got the CD, we, in the town I'm in, which is outside of Milwaukee, Elmira,
right,
you cannot have mail delivered to your home. You have to actually have a post office box.
Right.
So he'd gone in and gotten it, and he comes out and he goes, Mom, who is this? And I said, well, here. Popped it in, and he said, oh, man. And a lot of the songs you've put on there, mixed, are on, what's he got, Rock Band, honey? Or Guitar Hero, one of the two. Anyway, he's like, oh, man, this is awesome. He was actually very excited that we were interviewing you guys tonight. And speaking of that, I missed something last week that just, I was so bummed because I was on air. But I missed your 20,000 mark and the Skype.
Oh, wasn't that amazing? That was like such a cool thing that happened. And again, I mean, you know, not to beat a dead horse, you know, but the single biggest reason that this band is happening the way it is because of the people, you know, on your chat room and with the people who are on our Facebook. Because I used to love that bands happened because, you know, DJs and people who had stations, whether they're now on the internet or on the radio, took chances on bands, and most of all, people got behind them because they found a band they liked and said, you guys got to hear this. And they went out there and they took it to the streets, and they took it to people and said, here, listen to this is cool. And that's how bands happen. And it's such a cool thing because, you know, okay, Rock Sugar's kind of a throwback to the 80s, although it's recorded in a really cool style and recorded, you know, with modern technology. Still kind of a throwback to the 80s, and now it's almost like the way Rock Sugar is happening is a throwback to the 80s because all these people have taken it to heart. And so when we hit the 20,000 mark, which is amazing because we've really only been active on Facebook for like 6 months. We've been only playing live for like 4 months, which is hard to believe considering some of the things we played at. We had to be on that with those people and say thank you to them. We're going to do it again, with each consecutive milestone that we have. Wherever we are in the world, we're going to try to get on there and talk to everybody and say thank you, because it's like it would absolutely not be happening without those people. And it's like when we do shows, I totally don't believe at all in the wall between the band and the people watching the band, because if we weren't watching the band, we'd be down there with those people. So it's like when you come see us, it's not like you're coming to watch us, you're coming to hang out with us. And if you don't leave feeling like you took part in a show, and if you don't, it's because you're going to choose not to. I mean, there's always the people who say, well, I don't want to stand up, I don't want to sing along, I don't want to do whatever, and that's fine, that's their prerogative. But if you want to come to a show and party and have a good time and sing and get crazy and enjoy yourself and forget your problems for an hour and a half, then the Rock Sugar Show is a good choice.
Well, the Rock Sugar Show would be a good choice if you want to have fun, period.
Period, indeed.
That's right.
Given the fact, whether it's original music or not, what you guys have done with it is original.
I agree. Thank you.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
There's so many bands out there, they mimic each other.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on there. You go to see, I'll tell you something. My very first concert was Kiss.
Yeah, me too. That's so weird.
And I was in the 3rd grade.
Outstanding.
My aunt talked my mother into letting her take me.
You know what's weird? I went to see Kiss and I got kicked out of the 3rd grade because of it. Go on.
Really? Anyway, they put on a show.
Yep.
You don't want to go see a band that's just there.
Right.
The fans are what the music's about.
Yep.
You can't make money if you don't have fans.
No, and I almost look at it like, our fans are like our family. And it's like they because of their support, we're all getting to have a good time together. And you're right. It's like I have no interest in doing a show where I stand there gazing at my shoes and acting depressed. The truth of the matter is, I can't believe that I get to play these songs, which we take no credit for making as brilliant as they are. We just rearranged them and did something new with them. The nice thing about it is they're all the songs but like they're done in ways that you never thought you'd hear them done before. But we get to run around on stage and sing these songs and have people scream and stuff like that. Are you kidding? How can we not enjoy it? And how can we not want to put on a good show for those people? It's a big deal to them. It's a big deal to us.
Hey, it's a good time when you can go to work and have fun.
Hell yeah, exactly right. The only time we don't have a good time is when we get stuck in airports for 2 days. But that's
God.
Oh, now where did that happen?
Atlanta.
Ooh.
Coming back from Memphis, but we got to play with the Scorpions, who are awesome and really German.
Let me tell you, I missed the Scorps at Summerfest this year.
Okay.
I was bombed. They were Friday night and actually on a free stage.
They were on a what kind of stage? A
Free. Totally free.
Wow, that's outstanding.
I don't.
Ham and sauerkraut?
Brats and sauerkraut.
That word, broccoli.
They, every radio or terrestrial radio station in the Milwaukee area was saying, man, and the most fucked up thing about that is they played opposite the American Idol tour.
Oh, wow.
Was at the Marcus Amphitheater, which was an $80 ticket.
Wow.
Thing. And they were all saying, if you missed the Scorps, you missed the only show you should have gone to so far at Summerfest.
Wow.
But we went Saturday night, and I saw Rush.
Well, they're pretty amazing as well.
They're very amazing.
Yeah.
I won't say that I regret going. I won't pay that kind of money to see that particular show again, because the first set was just all their really long stuff that nobody but them really liked.
Oh, really? Okay.
And, I mean, you could tell
really
people were, leaving. But it was awesome. Flyleaf played on one of the free stages that night. It was just Summerfest in and of itself. I would love to see you guys there.
Well, there you go. Go hit them up and tell them next year if we're not there, that it's not going to be nearly as sweet as a good event.
There you go. They have stages that are just...
You have a lot of pool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, go pull something, Chris.
That's right.
Yeah, go pull somebody something and say, hey, damn it. We need our sugar fix.
Damn straight, man.
All right, Chuck, I got a question for you, too.
Shoot.
So, when I watch you play, who would you say is the most influential guitar player for you?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but Tom Jones actually plays guitar.
Here we go.
I do know that.
And he's really, really great. In fact, he taught Edward Van Halen all of those licks that he knows, that he does.
Oh, shit.
So, when I grew up, I was a little kid. I was playing, Eddie Van Halen stuff. I mean, he was one of my main influences.
And the other one?
And Michael Schenker.
Oh, you just made one of my DJs absolutely probably fall out of her chair.
Yeah, Chucky used to cop all that Michael Schenker stuff.
Yeah,
It was great.
and the cool thing is that I think that through the years, just from listening to a bunch of other stuff, I would say I play a lot like,